Capricorn, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Always watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. You want to know why? Because they're you too. And it's really important energy. And for those of you who want deeper readings and more to continue the message, I always provide an extended reading. That link is right down below, and I hope you can join me for it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell and select all notifications so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Capricorn content comes out every single Wednesday. If you're looking for even more astrology and spiritual content, I have a second channel. It's called Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link right above. I hope you guys can come over and enjoy that content as well. And if you want to join me live, I would love to have you join the chats. I go live Monday through Friday over on Instagram. So please find me on Instagram at born_without_boundaries. Don't search me on Instagram. You can click the link and find the direct link to my Instagram profile or pay, whatever they call it. In the main page of this channel, you'll see the little Instagram icon. Just click on that, or in the description box below, I leave a link and you can go and find me there. And I hope to see you guys over there. Okay, let's go. Capricorn. Capricorn. You ready? Capricorn. 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 Pensive. Pensive, pensive, pensive. Capricorn. 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 We have the Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, which means that your happiness is what you're working on right now. Your stability in your home life, maybe your fourth house energy, maybe your relationships, is what you're working on right now. Keeping them happy, nurturing, and cultivating not serenity. I keep getting adjectives wrong. Cultivating the integrity of your happiness. So you want it to last a while. You want it to stay. And so what you're doing is creating environments or participating in activities that will help to nurture those things. So what's happening? The Four of Wands. This is all about pleasure. This is all about passion, but it's stabilized pleasure and passion. It could be, for some of you, creating or building a new house, but mostly it could be weddings, celebrations. In other words, Four of Wands is when you solidify or officialize your passion, right? That's what it is. So that's what's happening right here and right now with these two cards coming out together. Eight of Pentacles saying you're working very hard on it. And it's also saying you enjoy the work. In other words, you're happy to do it. Remember that Venus is in Capricorn, and she'll be in Capricorn for a while because she retrogrades in Capricorn too. So we're really, really super, super focused, Capricorn, on making sure that what we love and what feels good to us stays around for a long time. Now, that's a broad, yeah, it is broad. And I'm gonna keep it broad, you know. Another card reader may say, oh, you're working on creating a wedding, or you're investing in a wedding, or you're planning a wedding. Somebody here is planning a wedding. You could be planning a wedding. You could be. But you could also apply this energy to many, many, many other things. So the essence of this energy is it's hard work being put into something that you love and want to maintain or see as a long-term investment. The Eight of Cups is here. I'm sorry, the Eight of Swords is here, which is feeling like you're alone in this. Maybe you feel like you're doing the work all by yourself, or that you have to do the work all by yourself. That is never a good feeling. And certainly it is sort of grating on your mind right now. That could be what is posing challenges to you right now, Capricorn. But these pentacles, but eight means that you know, it's almost like maybe eight is usually like things are you're starting to recognize things, you're starting to realize things are coming into reality, you're starting to be able to connect with them or interact with them. Yeah, they could even be thoughts, right? Now they're tangible, you know what to do with them. So at least that means you have a working, functional relationship with whatever these feelings of feeling like these difficult, or I'm not gonna even say negative, challenging feelings are. You're having a working relationship with them. It could even be that because you want to stabilize this thing that you care about, you're working on these thoughts, you're working on these feelings, you're working on solving them. King of Chalices is here. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, a male over the age of 35, would be older. This is somebody who has very high standards. It could also represent your high standards, right? Trying to, you could feel like you are the only one working to keeping or maintaining these high standards, or somehow you've been kind of left alone and somebody isn't supporting you or helping you enough, or like, what I want to say to you is that I don't feel that anything bad is happening. I feel that something challenging is happening and you are meeting the challenge. And you have committed yourself to this challenge because it absolutely does matter to you. And especially emotionally, you have these high standards and you're not willing to compromise these standards. But simultaneously, you are willing to work on things so that they meet the standards. You're not just sort of walking away saying, oh, you know, catch up to me. That's not what's happening. What you're doing is actively working to create things up to your standards, and you actually enjoy the work. That's what I'm saying. It's challenging, but you like the challenge. So it's not like this is a bad thing at all, actually. It's really kind of motivational. And it's something to keep your mind focused on so that maybe you don't feel alone. Maybe that's kind of what's kind of happening, Capricorn, is this, you didn't want to feel like you were in something all alone, or you didn't want to feel so isolated. Maybe you have been feeling isolated. And so you're bringing these challenges into your life so that you can feel active and keep yourself in the modality of movement. We have the Knight of Wands, which is passion. It's also energy. It's energy in motion. Energy is always in motion, right? But it's like you're actively working on something that matters a great deal to you. Could also be a younger fire sign male. Could also be sort of a transient relationship, which is fine as well. In other words, this energy, it landed. This isn't an accident. It landed right on the Eight of Swords. So what it's telling me is this feeling of isolation is there to motivate you. It's not going to last forever, but it's there to activate you and get you moving. Also, what I could interpret this as, somebody may feel that if they don't work on something, or you could have laid down the line very clearly, or somebody could have laid it down with you, that if you don't work on something, they're going to leave. They're going. They're moving on. It's not even a threat. It's just a sense of, in terms of my satisfaction level, this is what I need. These standards need to be met, or I'm going to go to some place, or I'm going to leave, and I'm going to find it someplace where I can meet them. I'm not compromising my standards to stay here, right? But I'm willing to work on to make things better. 100%, and that's sort of what you're grinding on, maybe because the motivation was, well, I got to go if these standards can't come up. Well, this is a really good sign for you, Capricorn, because that means that these standards, these high standards, and it's coming to you. The profits are coming to you, that all this hard work that you're putting into it, you're going to get nice results from it. You're going to get results that you like. So you're not working for nothing. Absolutely not. And it's a good, so keep going. Then we have Scorpio. So we have death. So you are all about this. This is all about transition. This is all about something in your life changing. a big change happening. You're transforming. All of this is transformative energy. All of this, these impetuses, these catalysts are being put into your life because you are supposed to be changing, and you are changing right now. And that is, once again, a really, really good thing. These changes are necessary. This is major arcana. You had to do this to level up in your life. And you're gonna, I keep getting this feeling of you're gonna like the results, not only in I got what I want. That's too shallow for this reading. It's not about I got what I want. It's I worked my ass off and changed myself to be able to change my world so that it was the world I wanted to be in instead of the world I was stuck dreaming of. That's what I'm talking about. And that's very powerful energy. And then we have Ace of Swords. Triumph, victory, success. This is also effective communications coming through. Clarity on circumstances and situations. Also, being able to find success at this, right? Or see success happening because of this. This is some sort of success over depression, or clarity over some depression, or loss of love, or a feeling of, why didn't you want to stay, or why aren't you participating enough? This is usually the energy of, in other words, you don't want to be in a situation where you're just switching or hopping partners, where you're just switching or hopping jobs. You're overcoming that now. You're trying to make this not something that goes away or fades away. And you're finding that in order to do that, you have to change yourself to change the situation, and you are completely locked in to doing that. Okay, so let's get this done. Also a sense of, this is the Page of Cups in reverse. So somebody is dissatisfied. Maybe somebody wanted to leave. Maybe somebody was about to leave or about to choose someone else and move on. And you got right in there and was like, listen, we need to work on this. We need to fix this. Something's got to give. Things were not being said. This is in the past. So this is feeling like you couldn't speak, feeling like you weren't heard, or intentionally holding on to things because you felt like you weren't going to be listened to anyway. It wasn't going to make a difference. It wasn't really going to matter. This was definitely something, say, stuck in your throat, where you were having problems speaking, talking, or sharing the thoughts on your mind and the feelings in your heart. Capricorn. Spiritual strength. So this is in reverse. I don't know why. I would like to figure that out. It doesn't feel like it should be in reverse. Oh, it's coming up right again. It's almost like it's not in reverse, is what Spirit's telling me. It's not in reverse. It's just compromised, because you're trying to, the most challenging aspect of this whole challenge is continuing to have faith in the situation, right? Now it could be that you're dealing with somebody with compromised faith, with different faith than you, or faith practices or beliefs, or even if you don't have an actual different faith, you may have lost connection with faith. So I can tell you right now, what may happen, say this is relationship issues, what may happen is, let's go to church together. Let's start, in other words, the two of you, if this is a relationship issue, this doesn't have to be a relationship issue. Or it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship issue. This is a sense of the two of you need to get on the same page about what you believe in, right? It's almost like your morality or your mentality, the two of you have to align those. And once you align those, because that's the challenge, you have very different modalities or mentalities in life. That is your spiritual convictions. It may not even have to do with religion or faith per se, as much as it has to do with the two of you have a different form of code of ethics. So ultimately, that's the challenge here. And it's understanding those code of ethics and working on kind of even amalgamating a new code of ethics that both of you will agree upon will bring this situation, make it stronger and help the both of you a great deal. And that is all kinds of partnerships. Heartache and loss was also kind of like you were teetering. This is teetering. Maybe even a loss of faith, somebody losing faith in somebody is another one of these challenges. It's just a sense of feeling like I don't believe in you as much as I used to, or I can't believe in the situation as much as I used to. Maybe you're dealing with this. Maybe you're dealing with this on a community scale, a sense of tackling people's loss of faith, or you're coming up against people's lack of belief in something. It's, like you're studying to be a doctor, but people are, you're finding more and more people trust medicine less and less. You realize that this is a challenge. You still have a conviction. It may be even strengthening your convictions, but you're realizing that this is becoming more and more of a challenge because outside of yourself, the world at large is losing faith in what you are committing yourself to. I didn't even realize that this came out. Spiritual union is upright. So this is a sense of, this is, whether it feels like it or not, is actually strengthening your connection to somebody. Or you are combining, like I said, your spiritual guided, your spiritual belief systems into one, and that is going to strengthen and solidify you. Also a sense of healing and using your faith to do so. Every time I touch this spiritual strength card, it's getting stronger and stronger. So that's why I say your work is paying off, because all of these challenges, confronting them, talking about them, working through them, is actually helping you out a great deal. Like more than not having them. Intention fell right on top of spiritual strength. Spiritual strength, things are going to get stronger as you set your intentions and as you stick to them. So somebody needs to see that they can trust you. So being reliable, being steadfast, being consistent. Consistent is going to help that people see what your intentions are. You could be dealing with somebody who has trust issues. In fact, I think that you very much are dealing with somebody who has trust issues. Very difficult for them. They're still bogged down. They're still sad. They could be feeling some sort of depression going on inside of them. They're scared. They're scared because of the misuse or mistreatment in the past. They've been taught to not trust this situation or circumstance that you're in, right? So ultimately, what you're working on and what your consistency is doing is healing them, allowing them to sort of unravel from their own fears and open up to the possibilities. You see there's faith here, so faith is helping a lot, seeing or connecting to something outside of the self in order to lose these fears and not focus on, these fears. Okay, so what does that all mean? It means that, right now, the person that you're dealing with, or you have to give yourself time to heal. There is a healing process that it has to be honored here. It's also not anybody else's responsibility, right? You can't help or heal or fix the situation. This is somebody having to do some internal emotional work themselves. Outwardly, the only thing that can be contributed to this process is consistency. Consistency is what's going to help develop trust and an opening and a connection from you to them. Okay, I'm getting all of that. Capricorn, this is a lot of, it sounds like, I feel like you're in therapy. I don't know if you really are, but I feel like you're working on this. I love this. Oh, surrender to the divine, which is once again, talking about your God space, talking about connecting to God, or giving this over to God, right? It may be very difficult. In other words, you're working on something that's very difficult for you to accept and understand. But ultimately, it is through faith that you're going to be able to accept and understand it. Surrender to the divine. This is it. Give it over to God. Let God handle this. Trust that God's got this. That could be very difficult for you too. The challenge of trusting that God has got it covered could be very challenging for you. But a new romantic cycle begins. Can I say this to you? This means that you're getting equal participation. And B, that this doesn't mean a new romantic relationship begins. It means a new cycle in your life begins. So your relationship with romance is changing, and Venus is there. Venus is literally in Capricorn. So all of this very much makes sense that you are hardcore focused on partnership. And, almost like the spiritual idealism of partnership. And you're reconfiguring your relationship, especially as she goes retrograde in your sign. You're like, okay, all these things, what do I have to do to make things work? Anyway, you could also be very focused on your finances and on your grind too, which would not surprise me, and because Venus rules finances as well, and that could be something that's very compatible with your thought process. That could also be part of what the two of you connect on, right? The sense of what we want to build out. A business idea could become almost like your spiritual mechanism for building. A new romantic cycle begins means that your relationship is going to another level. It's all of this is processing it to a different level. And some of you may very well be planning weddings or realizing this is where I want to be long term, or I can make this work. I hope you can join me. I'm going to go over to the extended to show how all of this, we're just going to continue this reading and get more answers. I'm going to apply this specifically to career, love, romance, money, and dig out details. So I hope you can join me. The link is in the description box below. What else do I want to say to you? Please remember to like this video and share it on your social media platforms, Capricorn, and I'll see you guys soon.